Yo everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Steins Gate 0. Let's jump right into it. Kagari has Masker Chris's memories? Suzaha doesn't seem as surprised as I had expected. Maho and I asked her some more questions after that. About Victor Condiria. About her research. Her answers were all over the place. Some things she knew, and some things she didn't. But some of the things she knew were things that only Maho and Chrisu would have known. In the end, instead of being overturned, my hypothesis came out even stronger. All the questions seemed to tire Kagari out, and with Tanuji's permission, Lukako took her home. Maho completely refused to accept what I was saying, but did say before she left that she'd look into whether it was possible to transfer Amadeus's memories data into a human brain. And that night, I explained the situation to Suzaha. So you mean Kagari has two personalities? No, that's not it. The proper word for multiple personalities is dissociative identity disorder. That's where individual personalities are created within the person themselves. It's like you're upset or uneasy about who you are, so you make another personality within yourself. Once in a while, there would be a case where someone would take the personality of the man or woman they admired, but usually it was a completely original one. But that's not going on in Kagari's case. She doesn't have her personality. What she got is quite literally only Chris's memories. It's possible that Chris's memories are mixed in with her own. Kagari's memories weren't overwritten. She still had them. So they had mixed together. I see. With 2036's technology, that's certainly possible. And since Kagari is a time traveler from that year, it's a possibility? But she has her memories from when she was 10, right? If they put someone else's memory into her head, she would remember that, right? I think I remember her saying once in a while back then that she heard the voice of God. A hallucination? It's possible that's a product of Chris's memories leaking out. Yeah. But the future wasn't as peaceful as this era. There weren't enough people and there weren't enough supplies. Even if they did have memory transfer technology, it would have been a military secret. I can't imagine them using it on a civilian, especially a kid. Kagari was a war orphan. There's no chance it was used to cure. There's no chance it was used to cure her PTSD. That wouldn't explain why they'd want to transfer someone else's memories into her. That's right. Which means it's more likely that it was done during the time when she had no memories, between 1998 and now. Even if it's possible in 2036, is it possible right now? Chrisu could do it. She'd done it all by herself to make the time leap machine after all. So Masker Chrisu transferred her own memories to Kagari? Why would she do that? It's like something a mad scientist would do. There was no way. It was impossible. It had to be. Unless, of course, because there was that whole thing of sending it back to your phone and imagining if someone else picked up the phone instead. And there weren't many people as smart as Masker Chrisu. If she didn't do it, I couldn't imagine anyone else would. That's fine. I'm getting ahead of myself, I agree. I might have been getting too attached to my own idea. But there's no doubt that Kagari knows things that only Chrisu could know. Maybe like Maskashi's soul became a ghost and possessed her. Don't even think of saying that around Hayajo. She'll laugh in your face. You've got that right. In the end, I realized there was nothing I could do for Kagari but watch for a while and see how things went. We were just students, without any kind of specialized knowledge. No matter how much we debated or what ideas we came up with, we wouldn't be able to find the answer easily. Come to think of it, though, what's Yuki up to? Amaneshi is busy with work every day, it looks like. What does she do again? She works at the cake bakery, I heard. She said she's really good. We should check it out. That's right. But it's a little far away, isn't it? That's why she'd be happy if you went, right? Get a grip, Dad. Oh, right. My bad. Wait, Ocarine. Why are you asking, anyway? Oh, no reason. I was just curious. The girl in the motorcycle suit. Could that have been Yuki Amane? I still hadn't convinced myself it wasn't her. If it was, she may be involved in some way with what was happening to Kagari. But that attack only took place in the other world line. It hadn't happened in this one, so I had no way to tell. If there was something she... Is there something going on with Mom? No, it's nothing. I still don't have any proof. I just have to keep an eye on her. My priority right now was Kagari. What had happened during the time when she lost her memories? If I could find that out, I might be able to understand what was about to happen to us. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Ready? Yeah? Mao came to the lab again the next day. She was there to look at Kagari's memories. Kagari had volunteered to work with her. As of yesterday, my hypothesis was still just a hypothesis. At any time she saw a hypothesis... just saying hypothesis so many times makes it hard to say without the word becoming something else. She wanted to test it. Maybe that's just how scientists were. First, can you look at this? Maho held up his cell phone. There was a picture displayed on its screen. It was a corridor with white walls and clean white floors, and two people wearing white lab coats were walking down it. Do you know where this is? A school? Which school? Victor Condia University. Do you know who's in front? Tony Brown. His nickname is JB because he does this weird little dance whenever he gets excited. Then who's the girl? I don't know. Well, she's pretty famous among us scientists. Chris would definitely know her. Looks like if Kagari does have Krisu's memories, she can't recall them all perfectly. That's how it seemed yesterday too. Maybe there's some things she can't remember and other things she can remember and other things she can't. Does that mean we could say for sure that these are... that doesn't mean we can say for sure that these are Krisu's memories yet. I know we could find out about these two with a little research. Kagari, can I ask you some more questions? Okay. Last winter, Krisu and I went to see a movie. You and Krisu did? Is that surprising? Even we need a break sometimes. Normally all we do is work. It was surprising, actually. I hadn't thought they'd interacted outside of work. I was hitting a little wall on my research, so she took me out. She said she just happened to have 2 tickets. That's just like how a man asks a girl out on a date. She never was any good with that stuff. Do you know what the title of the movie was? Bob Wiener's His and Hers Foreboding? Maho gulped. That must have been the right answer. Is that a new movie? I never heard of it. It's 20 years old. It was a revival showing, and Kagari had guessed it. She'd known the title of a movie that Krisu and Mao had just gone to see together in private. And since it wasn't a major worldwide release, it wasn't something you can get with a lucky guess. But someone could have witnessed it. Sure, but how would they know you were going to ask that question? Are you saying she memorized every tiny bit of information you could possibly ask about? It would be impossible, and she didn't have a reason to bother anyway. It's not like I don't know that. I could tell from the pained expression on her face that Maho was struggling with something. And I was starting to realize what it was. She didn't want to admit it. She didn't want to admit it was possible. It was winter, but Kagari's forehead was dripping with sweat again. Going through her confused memories may be putting a lot of stress on her. That's enough. This looks like it's hard on Kagari. Wait, just let me ask one more question. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Kagari nodded and motioned for her to go ahead. What was your greatest treasure when you were a kid? When I was a kid? Even after you moved to America, you always kept it in your room. A stuffed dolphin. Dad bought it for me when we went to the aquarium. Oh, that's sweet. Maho sighed and sank onto the sofa. Is she right? Yep. Chris's mom told me about it on the phone last night. The only person who knew about it were Chris and her parents. Then, I hate to admit it, but this hypothesis of yours, I can't rule it out. I see. What's going to happen to me? I didn't have an answer. I didn't even know how this has happened in the first place. The only possibility I could think of was... Kagari, sorry to make you go through all this. Get some rest. Mao stood up with a serious expression on her face. You're leaving? Yeah. There's still some things I can check on my own. Okay, see you later. Maho got up and went for the door without bothering to look back. She seemed to be silently shutting out the entire world. All we could do was watch her go. Maho Hayajo stared at a computer monitor in a daze. The rest of the world was still feeling the afterglow of New Year's excitement. The last time she'd come to Japan, it was still in the heat of summer. She used her vacation days to come then. Her co-worker, Masuke Krisu, had suddenly died, and she wanted to see the place where she was murdered herself. Maho's feelings for Masuke Krisu were complicated. Until Krisu had come to her lab, Maho had thought herself a genius. She graduated high school after skipping grades and joined a university lab while still in her teens. It was understandable that she felt that way. Everyone else said she was a genius too, but her pride was shattered into tiny little pieces by the arrival of Masuke Krisu. Masuke Krisu was the real thing. Maho didn't even come close to her. She had realized that she could never be as smart as Krisu, and she realized that she didn't want to be beaten by her anyway. It would have been so much easier if she could have hated her. It would have been so much easier to hate Krisu. But Masuke Krisu wouldn't even allow her that much. She was a dedicated scientist, and that dedication carried over to her treatment of Maho too. Maho, I think your research has the potential to change the world. Is there anything I could do to help? I will. Just say the word. Someday, she swore, she'd surpassed her. Someday she swore she'd make Krisu say that she was the smarter one. But now, that would never happen. Masuke Krisu went away on a trip and never came back. Maho had been told that she'd been attacked by a robber and killed, but it didn't seem real. It felt like she came back to the lab any day now. I felt like she'd come back to the lab any day now. I started arguing with the professors and with that same self-satisfied smirk on her face. Until then, Maho would work on Amadeus' project, so that when Quisu came back, she would be amazed. Amadeus, an artificial intelligence that could be loaded with an individual's memories. It was possible to digitalize memories by analyzing the nerve signals relating to the memories stored in the temporal lobe. It had been Quisu, of course, who had proved it. Then Maho and her team had turned the proof into usable technology. By the time Quisu got back, she would have it all ready for the next level. She'd show it to Quisu and astonish her. But even that hope didn't last long. She was suddenly told that the project was cancelled. Of course, she couldn't accept it. But no matter what she said, no matter how many times she argued with the professor, she couldn't get the cancellation overturned. Amadeus went to sleep in the bottom of the lab server, along with Master Quisu's digitalized memories. Master Quisu's memories. Now they were in the head of another girl. How had that happened? There was only one possibility, if it was possible at all. Just like Okabe Minato had said. Oh? She opened the door, and a large man she knew very well came inside. Maho, what's wrong? I thought you stole on your New Year's holiday. What about you, Professor? What are you doing here on your day off? Maho's mentor, Dr. Leanskin, was here in Japan for a month-long conference on artificial intelligence. Mao had come with him as his assistant. But the conference didn't take place every day, so they spent the time between sessions at the Japanese office making presentation material and exchanging emails. In my case, I don't have much to do on my days off, and it's no fun sitting in the hotel, so I may as well come here and work. And I guess I'm the same. For a researcher, doing research was a hobby. For nothing else, all the scientists Maho knew were like that. Of course, she came here today because she assumed Dr. Leanskin would feel that way. You have a lot of things to do, don't you? Dating, for instance? Professor, if you keep that up, I'm going to sue you for sexual harassment. Oh, anything but that. Dr. Leanskin slumped his shoulders with the unique way that Caucasians always overreacted. He seemed intent on bringing Maho and Okabe together. She and Okabe were both friends of Quisu's, and so they talked a lot. But there was nothing more to it than that. At least, that's what she thought, probably. Alright, in lieu of an apology, can I ask you something? Anything, if it will keep me out of court. Alright, what's going on with Amadeus right now? You should know the answer to that. Right now there's no plans to continue the project. I know that. What I'm asking is what happened to the Amadeus data? It's saved on the lab server, right? Nobody has accessed it or took it out. Leanskin's eyes narrowed, and he slurred, and he slowly shook his head. Maho, I don't know where you got that idea, but Amadeus access is limited only to only a few people, and as far as I know, no one else has touched it. If nothing else, I haven't received any reports about it. Then the same goes for my and Chris's memory data? Of course. Then, is it possible for another AI project to go on that I don't know about? Is it possible that there's some other AI project going on that I don't know about? Of course not. You're the most important member of our research team. We've lost Quisu, and it was a big loss, but I think you're the only one who can take her place. So there's no way I'd start a new project without you knowing, right? I see. The compliment felt like a bit too much for her to take at face value. There were a lot of scientists who were always looking to get a leg up on the competition. If someone else got the glory first, everything you worked on until that point would be useless. Even in the same team, there are only a few people you can really trust. But to Maho, Dr. Leanskin was one of those people. Will that do for an answer? Yes. Then may I ask you something? Where did this come from, all of a sudden? Well, are you worried that someone might have access to your secrets? Yeah, something like that. Then you don't need to worry. Amadeus was developed so as not to share any secret the original wouldn't want shared. The same goes for the saved data. Even if someone did steal it, the parts the original person wants to keep safe, the most are kept within a black box. They can't be accessed via Amadeus or from the memory data itself. If those secrets get out, it's because a living human wanted them to. A living human? That's right, the original person themselves, in other words. Well, feel better? Yeah, I guess so. It wasn't that she didn't trust Dr. Leanskin, but she couldn't relax until she'd seen it for herself that no one had taken the data. Maho only thought it was possible to believe something after you've seen it yourself. That's how she thought a scientist should be. But right now, she didn't have the access rights to do so. So in the end, she was stuck with her doubts. She knew this was going to happen, but she couldn't stop herself from asking anyway. Oh? I didn't expect to see you two here. Dr. Reyes walked through the door just as she finished her conversation with the professor. Christ, don't you two know it's a holiday? What about you, Dr. Reyes? I've got nothing to do in my hotel. Mao exchanged a glance with Dr. Leanskin, then shrugged. That's just how scientists were. What? What's going on? It's nothing. She and Dr. Leanskin laughed at Reyes' confusion. But the doubt in her mind lingered. Chris's memories weren't inside Kagari's head. Wait, weren't? Oh, why did I add? Chris's memories were inside Kagari's head. Several days had passed since I began to suspect my hypothesis was correct. I'm sorry, Ocarine. I've caused a lot of trouble for you. No, it's nothing. Really, I think Lukaku and Mayuri are doing a lot more for you than me. In fact, Mayuri and Lukaku were doing a very good job of taking care of her. Mayuri may not have realized it, but Kagari looked up to her as a mother figure. And after living under the same roof for so long, Lukaku had come to care for her a lot too. It's not true. All I'm doing is giving her someone to talk to. Well, she's sorry that she can't do more, you know? No, it's not true. Luca's been really nice and just having Mommy around makes me happy. Mary fidgeted in embarrassment when she heard the word Mommy. I could understand why. It must feel strange to be called Mommy at her age, especially by someone who is older than she was. Hey, Mommy? What is it? Can I give you a hug? A hug? Can I give you a hug like you always used to do for me when I was little? I'm blushing. I can't? No, go ahead. They just moved closer together. That's how they hugged in the future. No actual arm wrapping motion happens in the future. It's been outlawed. Mayuri smiled and nodded, and Kagari gave her a big hug with a huge grin on her face. Kagari, you're such a good girl. Mayuri never asked for details, but she seemed to sense what was happening to Kagari. She probably understood that this was the best thing she could do right now. It was strange. Kagari was a lot older, but when they were like this, they really did look like mother and child. Thank you, Mommy. Kagari slowly moved away from Mayuri. She looked a lot calmer than she had a moment ago. It was probably okay to talk to her now. So, Kagami, how are you doing? How am I doing? I guess I don't know. You don't know? Sometimes I find myself remembering things, but I don't know if they're Chris's memories or my own. Complicated formulas, experiments, it's like I don't understand them, but I know them. Kagari's only memories were of her time as a child and the time since Lukako's father's friend found her. Chris's memories would appear sometimes and fill the gap in between. I couldn't even imagine how it must have felt. Just a while ago, I remembered Daddy. It was when Daddy told me I did good when I was little. I remember that and it made me really happy. But my parents died when I was a baby and then Mami Mayuri raised me, and I don't know who my dad is. But even though it wasn't my own experience, I felt really happy when he praised me. That stupid Nakobayashi bastard. And that just made my head feel all funny. Kagari grimaced and held her head in her hands. The first time I met her, I'd been surprised at how much she looked like Chrisu. But talking to her like this, I realized how different she was. She had her expression, the way her expression was constantly changing, and the way she always slightly overreacted. It was actually more like Mayuri. Was it because they were mother and child? So, do Chris's memories come out often? Yeah, a lot more than they used to, maybe. I see. Hey, Ocarine, what's going to happen to Kagari? Normally, the best thing we could do is get her looked at by a team of specialists. But given her position, it wasn't that easy. I don't really want an exam. That was all I did when I was little. Yeah? Yep. They said it was to treat my PTSD. So she didn't seem eager to be looked at either, huh? If more of Chris's memories woke up, what would happen to her? Would she be Kagari Shina with the memories of Chrisu Masuke? Or would she become Masuke Chrisu? A person's personality was more than just the sum of their memories, but memories were an important part of it. When she had Chris's memories, what would happen to her? At this point, no one knew. It was quite possible that, up until now, no one had ever shared a person's memory before. Oh, Mayuri, it's time. Oh, you're right. Hey, Ocarine, can you take care of Kagari? We've got a meeting at school about our post-graduation plans, and we have to go. Sorry. Don't apologize and don't worry, I'll take her home. Thank you. Okay, Kagari, see you tomorrow. Bye, Mami, see you tomorrow. Once Mayuri and Lukako had gone, it was just me and Kagari in the room. After the problems with Kagari's memory started coming up, I've been having to hold off on her job at the Brand Tube workshop. But we're still having her come here as much as possible during the day in case something happened. Suza and Tanuji were downstairs. That alone made me feel better. I suddenly felt Kagari looking at me. What's wrong? I just realized how strange it is to be talking with you like this, Ocarine. Strange? Why? Because to me, you're always just this person I heard stories about. Stories? Yep. Uncle Daru and Mami would tell me all about you. That's right. According to Suzuha, I'm going to die in 2025, which meant that that in Kagari's time, I was no longer alive. Mama talked about you all the time. Ocarine saved your Mami. Ocarine is Mami's Hikoboshi. Hikoboshi? I like how there's no tip for that. She still talks like talks like... She still talks like in the future? She still talks like that in the future? Now that it was my turn to be embarrassed. So I always wondered who this Ocarine person was that my mom cared so much about. Who was this Okabe Renato that everyone talked about? Maybe I always admired you. A little? So stop teasing me. You're blushing, Ocarine. Kagari clearly had the upper hand here. Oh, but that's probably true of Maske Krisu too. Krisu? Yeah, Mommy and Uncle Dowd used to talk about Krisu's Maske all the time. Huh? They know her how? She died so long ago. I wonder what kind of person could have that much influence on things. What did Mayuri say about her? She said she was the person you loved. The person I loved? For me, that was an undeniable truth. But that wasn't true for the rest of the lab. In this world line, Mayuri had never met Krisu, and I tried as much as possible to avoid bringing her up. But thanks to me, even in the future, she'd still feel that way. Oh, I know. I'm going shopping. Want to come with me? Shopping? Yeah. You still don't know this area well, do you? Can I? Of course. After what happened in the last world line, it was probably a good idea to keep her from going outside too much. But she probably needed a change of pace. It was still afternoon. As long as we stuck to busy streets, we'd probably be fine. Yay, there's actually a lot of things I've been wanting. Things? Just some basic necessities. Isn't Lukaku getting you those things? Yeah, but he's a boy, right? So I don't want to ask him for too much. True, even if he was beautiful, Lukaku was a guy. There were some things he just wouldn't understand. Okay, let's go. Wow, this is really amazing. Hikari's eyes were shining as she looked up and down the street. There's so many people, and so many stores, it's hard to believe this is the same Akihabara. What's Akihabara like in the future? The best way to describe it is, a pile of rubble. Well, that goes for more than just Akihabara though. Suza said that the World War III would start soon, which meant that a young Kagari would have only known the world after that horrible war. Of course, that was my fault, probably. If I did what Suza wanted and went back to July 28th, would the world line change so that the Third World War never happened? Impossible. The world lines were going to converge no matter what I did. Ah, Ocarine. Are you telling yourself that it's your fault? I gasped. She read my mind? I guess so, but you can't think that. Nope. As far as I know, nobody, not Mommy or Uncle Darrow, blamed you. Because they all believed that you'd do it someday. What was it? Steins Gate? They believed that you would lead us there. I knew Kagari was trying to make me feel better, and that Mayuri and Darrow would probably never blame me. But those words just made it worse, because I'd given up on everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Huh? I didn't mean to make you feel bad. I must have a pretty dark look on my face. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing, but I'm not. Stop. We're not here to talk about that today. I didn't get a chance to go outside often, so let's talk about something more fun, okay? Yeah. Higari's mind was probably filled with memories of a painful war. If nothing else, those were her only memories as Kagari Shina. But she was still trying to make me feel better. Even if they weren't related by blood, she really was Mayuri's daughter. Still, it was hard to come up with something that was more fun to talk about. Oh, I know. I want to hear about what Mami was like when she was younger. Mayuri? I mean, I know she's still young right now, but when she was younger, like when she was a hostage. Mayuri told you about that? Yeah, I love the look on her face when she talks about you. It's like she's softly opening a lid of a treasure chest. Maybe? Her face, her voice, just remembering it makes me feel warm. To Kagari, Mayu must have felt like a star shining in the world of darkness and mud. A star shining brighter than anything else in the night sky. It was nothing, really. Her grandmother died and Mayu really loved her. She looked so sad, like she was going to disappear any minute now. And then I said something really silly. You're my hostage, right? Hearing it from another person made me so embarrassed that I wanted to go hide. I was young. The folly of youth, you know? But those words saved Mommy, didn't they? I don't know. If those words meant I was holding her back, even all the way in the future. Ocarine? Hey, are you hungry? Let's go get something to eat. Huh? Oh, yeah. I started walking ahead in an effort to change the subject. Gary seemed hesitant as he tried to keep up. Is there anything you want to eat? Anything is fine. That's always the answer that makes things the hardest, you know. But everything in this era tastes so good. It's amazing. What did you eat in the future? Mostly yams and stuff. But Mommy would flavor them differently every day. Mayuri cooked? Yep. What's her cooking? Well, good. Yep. I see. The human animal is capable of growth. It's ouch. Well, Yuki had been teaching her a lot lately. Maybe that paid off. So, anything's fine. Really. Alright then. Oh. Okay. Welcome back, Meowster. Oh, Ocarine and Kagari Nya too. I chose the top by May Queen plus Nyan Squid, and it was packed. It's busy today. Yeah, that's right. We just started an anime tie-in champion, yeah. Come to think of it, there was a sign out in front of some anime characters on it. I've seen those characters all over town. So this place is packed now. If you're willing to wait 30 minutes, I could seat you. We'll take a rain check then, okay? Yeah, let's come back someday when it's a little slower. My apologies, guys. That's no problem. We left May Queen plus Neon Squid and walked around for a bit, but it was lunchtime and every place we saw was crowded. Wow, there are people everywhere. That's right. They should all just eat at home instead of going outside. But that goes for us too, doesn't it? Now then, what to do? Should we eat at the lab? Just so you know, I can't cook. Me neither. Then that was out of the question. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. I always want to try that one thing. You know, the noodles you put hot water on? Instant noodles? You sure that's what you want? In the future, a lot of factories go away, so it's a lot harder to get. Uncle Dao was always talking about how he wanted some, so I wondered what they tasted like. If she was okay with it, so was I. And I had just the thing. We bought a lot of instant noodles at a local convenience store. If there were any left, Dao would probably eat them. Wow, I didn't know there were so many different types of instant noodles. Unlike the future, there's all kinds of different ones. Convenience stores get new stuff almost every week. You're right, so I can pick any of these? Kagari looked inside the plastic bag I was holding. Of course, take your favourite. Alright, which one should I pick? Then. She looked like a child. The way she put her finger on her lips as her eyes shone. I'll have this one, salt flavor. You can take 2 or 3 if you want. Really? But if I eat too many, I'll get fat. She had so many different expressions that I never got tired of watching them. Hey, didn't you also get something else while we were there? Yep, this. I took something plastic out of the bag. Is this a fork? I thought it might be hard to eat with chopsticks. You can keep it and leave it in the lab. Is that really okay? It's nothing special, really. Chris had always wanted her own fork. I knew this didn't make up for anything. I just wanted to do it. Yay, thank you. Honestly, I'm not very good with chopsticks. Mommy always lectured me about it. Proof, if you ever need to get a great gift for a girl, always go with a fork. Oh, it's got a bunny on the end. How cute. My own fork. This means I own 2 things now. Yeah, that must have been the keychain that Mary gave her. I don't know why, but it makes me it feels like I always wanted this. Could this be one of Chris's memories? I don't really know. Hey Ocarine, you were in love with Chrisu, weren't you? Yep. Just palm straight in there with the question. I almost choked at the unexpected change in the direction of this conversation. Are you okay? What? Where did that come from? Because that's what it means when someone is important to you, right? Is it true? Did you love her? She seemed genuinely interested. I guess she was the right age for that. Well, it's true that meeting her changed my life. You changed the subject, no fair. But I like the idea of someone being so important to you that they changed your life. She changed everything, past and future. So, Ocarine, what kind of person do you think she was? Are you interested? I want to know about the person who owns these memories in my head. Still have her memories even if... You still have her memories even if I don't tell you, right? But I can't force myself to remember them. Sometimes they just come out in fragments. And it's all really complicated stuff. So I want to know more about what kind of person she was, you know? Kagari never actually met Chrisu, had she? She was sharing the memories of someone she'd never met. It would make sense if she wanted to know more about her. She, Masuke Chrisu, was a very curious girl. I see. And she was stubborn. If she thought she was right, she would never back down, no matter what. She was arrogant and strong-willed, but also really lonely. The memories of all the conversations I had with Chrisu, and everything I'd gone through with her, came flooding back into my mind. I talked to her here. I'd talked to her just like this once before, come to think of it. Not in this world line though. And she was scary when she got mad. Scary? How? She'd say stuff like, I'll cut your, open your skull and jam an electrode in your hippocampus. And then, for some reason, she ran a few steps forward and spun around. And then... You keep talking like that and I'll cut open your skull and jam an electrode in your hippocampus. Chrisu. Was it like that? Ocarine? Oh, no. The memories of Chrisu inside a Kagari. If they could be perfectly replaced inside Kagari's head, Would Kagari Shina become Master Quisu? I'm not swapping Kagari's name for some reason. It was a stupid idea. Personalities and memories were different things. Even so, if her memories turned into Quisu's completely, if that happened... Ocarine? Huh? Kagari wandered back up to me and put her weight against me. It was so sudden, I caught my breath. I could feel her warmth on my chest. The feeling of her skin. It reminded me of Quisu. Quisu? The sound of her pain moan brought me back to reality. What's wrong, Kagari? My head. Your head hurts? Whoa, oh. Kagari's body twitched in my arms. No, I don't want to go back. Save me. Someone get me out of here. What's wrong, Kagari? Why won't you save me? Calm down, Kagari. I grabbed her hands to keep her from struggling anymore. The people on the street were staring at me, and I didn't have time to think about it. It's okay. It's okay. Ocarine? Can you walk? Let's get back to the lab. She finally calmed down, but still seemed to be in pain. I let her lean on my shoulder as I took her back to the lab. Once we got back, she went to sleep and didn't wake up. You know what? I think I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!